Bibi Fizza was an esteemed and revered figure in Islamic history, particularly known for her unwavering devotion to the family of the Prophet Muhammad, PBUH, her service to Islam, and her critical role during the tragic events of Karbala. Though not as widely known as some other historical figures, her life and actions remain a testament to loyalty, strength, and compassion in the face of adversity. Bibi Fizza was originally a slave woman, born into a society where women, especially those from marginalized backgrounds, were often treated as property. However, her noble character and strong faith in Islam set her apart. She was a servant in the household of the Prophet's family, and her dedication to them was evident in the devotion she showed in her service. The Prophet's household was one that exemplified piety, humility, and a deep connection to Allah, and Fizza's role within it reflected these virtues. She is often remembered for her exceptional loyalty and love for the Prophet's family, especially Lady Fatima, the daughter of the Prophet, and her children. Her significance is often linked with her personal relationship with the Ahl al-Bayt, the family of the Prophet Muhammad. Being in the service of the Prophet's family allowed Fizza to develop a close bond with Lady Fatima and her children. After the death of Lady Fatima, Fizza continued to serve the family with the same devotion and care, especially towards her grandsons, Imam Hassan and Imam Hussein. Fizza's role extended beyond that of a servant. She was a confidant, a caregiver, and a protector, providing emotional and spiritual support to the family in times of need. Fizza's most notable moment in history came during the events of Karbala. In the year 680 CE, Imam Hussein, the grandson of the Prophet, was confronted by the Umayyad Caliphate under Yazid ibn Muawiyah. Yazid's rule was marked by injustice, corruption, and oppression, which Imam Hussein vehemently opposed. Imam Hussein, along with his companions and family, chose to stand against the tyranny of Yazid, even at the cost of their lives. Fizza was with Imam Hussein and his family during this tumultuous period, demonstrating immense courage and loyalty. At the time of the Battle of Karbala, Fizza was no longer a young woman. However, her age did not deter her from remaining by the side of the Ahl al-Bayt. She had witnessed the brutal suffering and loss of many family members in the early stages of the battle. Despite the overwhelming odds against them, Fizza remained steadfast in her commitment to the truth and justice for which Imam Hussein stood. When the battle reached its zenith and the enemies of the Imam's camp were closing in, Fizza's devotion to her master reached new heights. She did not flee or abandon the family in their hour of need. Instead, she continued to support them, even though she was fully aware of the dire circumstances surrounding the situation. According to some accounts, she tended to the wounded, helped in the care of the children, and provided emotional and spiritual comfort during the crisis. The climax of Fizza's devotion is seen after the martyrdom of Imam Hussein and the subsequent plundering and desecration of the camp. In the aftermath, Fizza's character stood as an emblem of perseverance. She was taken as a captive along with the surviving women and children, who were then paraded through the streets of Kufa and eventually brought to the court of Yazid in Damascus. Throughout this ordeal, Fizza maintained her dignity and honor, despite the humiliation and suffering imposed on her and the other captives. The journey to Yazid's court was harrowing, but Fizza's resilience remained unbroken. It is said that, even in the face of oppression, she continued to pray and reflect on the teachings of the Quran, drawing strength from her faith. Her character shone through as she refused to bow before the tyrants who had taken part in the murder of her beloved Imam and his family. After the tragic events of Karbala, Fizza's life continued as a testimony to the enduring spirit of the Ahl al-Bayt. She remained a woman of great strength, serving as a living reminder of the sacrifices made by those who stood with Imam Hussein. Her legacy is interwoven with the narrative of Karbala, where the values of love, loyalty, and unwavering commitment to the truth are most poignantly demonstrated. Fizza's love and service for Islam, the Quran, and the Ahl al-Bayt did not go unnoticed in Islamic tradition. She is seen as a symbol of devotion and sacrifice. Her commitment to the principles of justice and righteousness during the time of Imam Hussein further solidifies her place in the annals of Islamic history. She lived her life in the service of the Prophet's family, and when tested by unimaginable hardship, she remained steadfast in her loyalty. Her story is often recounted as one of profound resilience, showing how a woman of humble beginnings could play such a significant role in one of the most critical events in Islamic history. Fizza's life, full of sacrifice, love, and unwavering faith, continues to inspire Muslims, especially women, to be courageous in standing for truth and justice, regardless of the circumstances. In remembering Bibi Fizza, Muslims are reminded of the importance of loyalty, the strength of character in the face of adversity, and the importance of service to the family of the Prophet. Her contributions, both as a servant and as a symbol of devotion, continue to have a lasting impact on Islamic thought and history. Her life stands as a shining example of the ideals of Islam, illustrating how love for the Prophet's family and a commitment to justice can guide one through even the most difficult trials.